What's up, guys? Back here with another video today. It's been a while since I've last posted. Last one that I posted was for the disassembling of the Hammer of God V2. This time we're actually going to go over how to change your cotton, or at least like a method that I use. I'm not saying that this is the best method out there, but this is the method that I've used that has performed consistently. As you can see, it's been about 4 days since I've swapped cotton and stuff like that. I mean, it's not going to focus or anything like that because it's a shitty camera, but still. Basically what you're going to need something to get your cotton down into the RDA, so I just use a screwdriver, like a flathead, and you're going to need some toothless pliers or some sort of pliers. I normally use like these little needle nose, so they work really good. You're going to need a brush of some kind, wire brush preferred. You can use a toothbrush, but you'd have to wait up. It's a longer process than that. And of course cotton ball. In this method I actually use a lighter, because you'll see why towards the end. What I have here is just a standard organic cotton ball, you know, that you'd find like every day, like Walgreens or whatever, you know, the big bag that you get for like $5. So I mean, if you're a cheapskate like me, that's pretty much this method that I'm mostly going for. However, you can use this for like cotton bacon, native wicks, all those other types of wicks out there. You can even use it for Japanese cotton, but I mean, I don't really prefer Japanese cotton, to be honest. It doesn't last as long, in my opinion. But what you want to do is you want to unroll the cotton ball and then spread it out to where it's kind of thin, like where it's somewhat even. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that. And then what I do, I'm going to go ahead and take the cotton out really quick. Now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and kind of split this, like pull it in half. That way you've got an equal part on both parts. And since I used a 3mm, it's not going to be able to fit the whole roll. So I just take a little bit off. Try not to take off too much, or else it's going to be kind of too thin, if you know what I mean. Because this, the way I do it is actually, it fits in like pretty snug. Once you get that, you're gonna go ahead and clean off the coils. Just pulse it, and then it'll start glowing. And once I get it to a point that I like, I'll take the brush, and then I'll just start brushing along with like the Clapton or whatever. Like if you're using like a basic build, just like simple 26 gauge or 24 gauge or whatever, this doesn't really apply. This is more for like your fancy builds and stuff like that, like your frame staples, your aliens, and all those other intricate wraps. You don't have to be too rough for anything. Only reason, that's why I use the wire brush, because it can withstand the heat. If you used a toothbrush after doing that, it would just melt the bristles on it. So you'd have to like wait till it get down to room temperature, and then you'd have to start brushing it then, and it's really like much longer method, but it does work. As you can see, the coils are pretty fine now, and you don't even need to run them through hot water or anything like that. The reason I don't do that is because a lot of people don't use hot water whenever they do it. They just heat it up and then run it under the sink. I mean, it works, but think about it like in terms of glass. Like you don't want, if you go from hot to cold too quickly, it's just gonna break. So that's what it does to the metal. I mean, it doesn't necessarily break it, it just makes it deteriorate faster. So that's why you gotta start, that's why a lot of these people swap their coils pretty often. Do it this way and they'll last much longer. And of course, similar to the Scottish fold, you just want to roll it up, get a nice point. Like I said, it doesn't have to be too perfect or anything. And then you just slide it in. Now, you don't really need scissors if you're using like organic cotton balls like I am. If you want, you can use scissors at this point. It's just, I just don't really like to. I don't, because this stuff you can actually just pull apart pretty easily. So pull off what you can or want until you're happy, and tuck it in. Why does this music sound like porno music? Holy shit. Okay, whatever. I hate royalty free shit. Okay, this, no. Whatever. Alright, we're gonna do the same thing for this one. Not really a hard concept, and it's pretty quick, as you can see, because you're not really leaving where you're working or whatever. Alright, that's it. Nice and in there. It's, you know, you want to make sure to leave like a gap, obviously, underneath the coil. That way you get airflow and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and use some juice. I guess we'll use this. Just hurry up and do this really quick. Good old Ruby. This is one thing that I hate doing. Because as you can see, it takes a lot of juice to initially wick it. That's because it's got in layers and stuff like that. Just go ahead and pulse it a little bit so it gets some of the juice soaked up. Go ahead and throw another lay on here. Alright, Now here is where the lighter comes into play, because you won't have to do this method with like cotton bacon or native wicks or anything like that. This is mostly for like Japanese cotton and then your organic cotton balls and whatnot, you know, like your lesser quality cotton. So what you want to do is just pulse it and then boom, you light it, and then what that does, it basically quickens up the breakdown or the break-in period, so it's virtually no break-in. And you only want to leave it on there for like maybe like, you don't want to leave it on there for a long time, otherwise it'll just burn the cotton and you'll just waste what you just did. So yeah, that's it. And after that you can pretty much just vape on it. Yep, it works. And this method, it'll last me probably 3 to 4 days till I have to change cotton again. Obviously I overjuiced it a little bit, so juices all over the mod, but that's gonna happen because everybody does that, I would think. So quick little video, enjoy guys.